Okay, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoyim la, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chachach Badash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and H.I.M that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan the Wach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson. My little ride and drive, early morning. Just hit record, man, and see where the Spirit leads. But it's kind of looking at some of these gas prices as I was traveling here, and it fluctuate. I know in the in the hood, well, that's where Jake lived. You know what I'm saying? But in the hood, it's expensive, but it's lower than when you go outside of the hood. It's always been that way. And so what Esau does, which the so-called white man, he don't want to be around Jake like that, but one thing he will do, he will venture off of that freeway or the highway, and he will drive up into Jake neighborhood, and he'll fill his damn car up because he know that he's saving about 50 cents or so, sometimes more a gallon. Because like right now, the lowest I've seen in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can tell you what, 2 weeks ago, I got some gas, which is crazy low as far as, what's been going on anyway. But I got some gas, the shit was $2.33 a gallon, couldn't believe it. Motherfucking place was packed. You had to wait for a while to get to a pump, but it was worth the wait. So, filled up. That was 2 weeks ago, $2.33 a gallon. Now, the highest I've seen, well, as of, it's at, I've seen $2.95 in the hood. So it went, I'm not sure, that wasn't the same gas station that I had gone to, but I've seen it, $2.85, $2.95, and that's about your standard. No, I think I seen $3.05. So, but I know within the past 2 days of me getting gas, the shit went up. It's done gone up like 50 cents within the past, because I think it's going on like the 6th day or the 7th day. It's been about a week now with this Iranian war, and they really just kind of shut down all the ports or the Strait of Hormuz and those spots, where tankers are just sitting around waiting. They don't know if they're going to be able to go through. Some I think Russia, they're going around the continent to get I think oil or whatever to India. So some people are making adjustments, but it costs more. And a lot of these insurance companies too that normally insure those freighters, from in case they sink or whatever the case may be. But when it comes to this war shit, they stop insuring them. They like nah. We don't want to insure with this war shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they just kind of like just stop because they don't want to lose their shit. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have no insurance on it. You know what I'm saying? So we're just in the week of this thing pretty much, 5, 6, 7 days or whatever it is. And people haven't really seen the true effects, because within these couple of days, if the gas done went up 50 cents or so, just imagine when shit really kicks in. Because, a lot of these, America's in a lot of different places, they got reserves, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of dealing with the reserves, but hell, even the reserves is expensive, going up. Now Trump with this bullshit about how America is the number one and all this oil, and we're number one in America with drilling, we're number one in all this bullshit. Okay, well, if you're number one and you got all these reserves, then, and that you're going to war, that the gas is going to go up by you doing what you're doing. So why don't you set it up where your American citizens are not paying the price at the pump for this bullshit? But see, these people, they don't care. They don't think shit through, and they're greatly hated. That's one thing too. The scriptures talked about how the least of the flocks will draw them out. That's those Amalekites, them greedy motherfuckers. Them tiny tops. And then Esau, in general, they're greatly despised. The whole world is like, man, will y'all stop? Will y'all just fucking cut it out? Can you motherfuckers just, really be at this peace that you always talking about? Motherfucker always yelling peace and always at war. Crazy, bro. How you trying to go into another country, a sovereign country, and telling the people, for 40, 50 years that, yeah, these people have been trying to build a bomb. They're trying to destroy us. These people have been trying to build a bomb. They're trying to destroy us. And then it's like none of this shit is materializing, man. And now they're starting to be seen as the fucking liars that they really are. And it's not going well. It's not going well for America. It's not going well for Israel. It's not going well for their constituents around the country. These people are being hit, bombed. Their airports is being closed down. It's just fucking with the whole global economy. And they're not giving the real skimmy, man. But hey, one way you can tell is just pay attention to these gas prices. I'm coming up on one right now. Let me see. Now this is in an area where, generally, because like I said, these Edomites, they come to our, see, this shit is $3.29. Now this is the nope, $3.30. Well, they got that. If you pay in cash, right, it's 10 cents cheaper. That's some old bullshit too that they be doing. If you pay with your debit card, which is your own cash basically, they charge you an extra 10 cents. You know what I'm saying? So that gas station right there was $3.29 if you pay in cash and $3.39 if you pay with your card. So again, that's why I'm saying, like, these Edomites, they'll come to the hood, they'll stop off real quick. I see them, suit and ties and shit. You know what I'm saying? They live out in the burbs. They might live out in $1 million house, but they'll slide through the hood real quick. They be pumping that gas fast as hell. They'll pump that shit real fast, with a smile on their face, hoping Jake don't rob their asses. They'll jump back in that car and get back on the freeway, and they headed back to their suburb, their little gated community, man, because even they're struggling. That's the crazy part. Because even during COV19, you had a lot of those so-called, because the middle class is through. See, this one right here is $3.49. $3.39 cash, $3.49. So because this is Edomiteville here that I'm in. When you in Edomiteville, oh yeah, Edomites, Edomites, they're the ones that's really feeling the fix. Don't get me wrong, in the hood, $2.85, that's about the highest I've seen it so far, or I think I seen one for $2.95. But that's about your standard. No, I seen one, $2.83, $2.85, between that, $2.85 and $2.90 basically. But when you come out these areas, it's well over $3. And see, Esau, they're starting to feel it, man. So all that war talk, all mega this, mega that, these fucking megas is mad. Because when you get to playing with these megas' pockets, that's when they want to protest, and then they sick of Israel too. So they're greatly despised. Scripture says that they're greatly despised, but they're greatly despised amongst themselves. Think about that. They're greatly despised amongst themselves, man. They don't like each other. So it's gonna be some pew-pewing against each other in a minute, man. And I'm going a little further out into, because I'm at the plantation right now. As I go further out, I'm pretty certain these prices are gonna get a lot more expensive. And like I said again, this is only like a weekend with this war. Now, from what we're hearing, they're running out of interceptors to intercept these cheap ass drones that Iranians are sending into hitting all this shit with. Trump and them. America needs help from Ukraine, out of all people. Ukraine getting their asses handed to them by Russia. But they have more experience with the Iranian drone, because Russia has been getting those cheap Iranian drones. Russia has been getting them from Iran for quite some time, and they've been using them in Ukraine. So Ukraine, they kind of got somewhat of some experience as to how to, knock them bitches out of the sky. But because those drones are making it into Israel. $20,000 drones, and you got $4 million to $12 million interceptors. So you spending a fortune to knock down some bullshit. And so, and again, Trump, they don't think shit through, man. These Edomites not thinking anything through. Now, I guess from the top elite stance of it, you know what I'm saying, they want America to fall anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually it's going to go all into this, motherfuckers being chipped. So they got to cause a lot of disruption because they pulling a lot of bullshit in the backdrop too while all this stuff is going on. You know, got people looking over here when there's really some other shit going on. You got to watch the ticker, man. That's what the beloved elder Malcolm will be saying. He's like, don't be listening to what they saying on the news. You watch the ticker that's flowing at the bottom. Watch the shit that's flowing across the bottom of the screen, and you and you'll get a heads up on a lot of shit, man. Yeah, these Edomites are pissed right now, man. They got that frown, you know, that your smile turned upside down. That's all these Edomites. I don't see none of them smiling these days, man. It's rare. They be looking stressed. You pull up on the side of them at a light, they just be looking like they just want to just drive that goddamn car into a fucking brick wall or something, you know. I see them at the job. They're not happy. Motherfuckers is stressed, man. They stressed, man. And that's why we say, you know, pray, man. We need to be praying without ceasing. We're in a time now where you shouldn't be going out one day. You know, you should be praying throughout the day, just constantly praying. You know, not leaning to your own understanding, but trusting in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. Should be praying, man, because these people, they you know, this shit is about to get crazy. Because Esau, they've gone through this already. It's like a pressure pot cooking. It's been years. You haven't even come out of COVID. You ain't even came out of the COVID side of things. You know what I'm saying? When shit was expensive, inflation still high. You know what I'm saying? So now you going back into, you campaigned on changing everything. You campaigned on, you know, we're gonna make things better. We're gonna, you know, definitely he campaigned on not going to war. This motherfucker done bombed like 8, 9, 10 different places since he's been in office in 12, 13 months. After saying, you know, and then he wanted to, you know, he crying about the Nobel Peace Prize. But the least of the flock, see, Israel has drawn them into this bullshit, and it's some shit that they can't get out of. Because what I seen earlier, I was watching the beloved elder Malcolm, and he had it was a guy. He was basically saying that, you know, America has low key called Iran for a ceasefire, and they like, fuck nah. You started this shit, we gonna go ahead. See, that's when you know you got your enemy. When your enemy is calling you about, hey, let's just stop, let's chill for a minute. They done that with a few months back when they had the little 12-day squabble. When Iran was pelting Israel with all them goddamn missiles, and they ran out of interceptors basically then. And all they had to do was keep going, which I don't understand. Like, why the fuck y'all just stop? You know, you should have just kept on. Let them run out of that shit. Let them run out of the interceptors to try and intercept those cheap-ass drones. Just keep pelting their asses. And pretty much that's what they're doing. And you know, Israel got a blackout on what's going on in their country. You don't see nothing about Israel. You don't see nothing on the news. Why you not seeing any major shit on the news about what's being really hit over there? How many of these missiles are actually, making it into your airspace and landing and hitting shit? They're not saying nothing. No, you don't see none of that shit. Because they have a media blackout on it. They don't want you to know that they're getting fucked up over there. And that's that pride of these people. No one can touch us. We're incredible. You know, and that's that same same attitude that Trump got. You know, I'm Superman. You seen those memes of Trump, you know, with his head on a Superman body? Yeah, I'm Superman. No one can touch me. No one can do anything. Yeah, they well over 3 down here too. Not as much, but they had 319. Still though, you know what I'm saying? But that, like I said, that's within a week. That's within a week. So just imagine. Let's give it a little bit of time. And just give it a little bit of time. Give it another week. We'll see. When you give it another week, hell, that shit could be done went up another $1, $2. Because again, the effects really ain't kicked in yet, as of yet. So of course, what's that gonna do? That's gonna affect your food prices. Because trucks gotta bring in your fresh, your whatever your food is. You know what I'm saying? Then if shit get to a certain point, it's gonna stop fucking shipments coming into your shit. Period. You ain't about to see the Pepsi truck on the road no more. The Frito Lay, the Dorito truck, and all that crazy shit. You know, that Walmart truck. You know what this one is? Oh, the shit, they pretty decent right here though. I guess they pretty much. Well, this right here is kind of like near the hood of this particular city, so they at that 283. See, that's about standard for around the hood, around where Jake is at. So the Lord dude, they at 339 over here. Directly across the street, you got 283 and 389. I mean 339. So yeah, shit getting grimy, man. And once people start to feel the crunch, they already feeling the crunch. They've been feeling the crunch for the past couple of years. This whole world done changed, man. People don't do what they used to do. The mirth is gone. You got people that try and get out and do stuff, you know what I'm saying, you know. And I guess, you know, but it's like Esau has made it so unaffordable to go anywhere really now, you know what I'm saying, to do anything. It's expensive as fuck, man, to go out for a night on the town. You better off just firing up your damn barbecue grill in the backyard and getting drinks from your local liquor store, man. Turning on your damn TV and watching that same game that you would normally go to from the comfort of your couch, man. Because with this gas, by the time you spend money on gas to get there, then you got to spend an absorbent amount on some damn parking. Damn parking, $50, $60, $75, $100 just to park somewhere. Then we ain't gonna talk about your snacks. You know what I'm saying? You trying to, you know, get something to drink. You just, you know, you used to be able to go out and have a good time, man, for $25. And that's the family. You used to be able to go, like, there was times when it was like that. Yep, okay, so this gas station, so your average, $3.39. And they got diesel at $4.79. So anybody out here using damn diesel, this motherfucker right here is, okay, $3.39. Diesel, that diesel is crazy. Whoever using diesel right now, it's just, yeah, that's crazy work. But yeah, these pretty much about the prices. I know you go a little further out, you know, like in the burbs, you know what I'm saying, you know, where these tiny tops and shit really live, you know what I'm saying, you know, these motherfuckers with the real big ass mansions. You go out in them areas, like that shit be crazy out in them areas, man. The gas out there could easily be well over $4. But anyway, you know, I just wanted to just chop something up, man. But Esau is greatly despised, man. People are tired of this motherfucker, man. His own people are tired of him. And then they just be like, oh, the government. No, well, who's running the government? Whose government is it? This lady right here, this damn Edomite on something. She looking mean as hell. People be pissed. You got to get up and go to work, and it's just, you know, it's just a day-to-day thing where you just working for nothing, man, but paying bills. Bill after bill after bill. Yeah, that bitch looking crazy as hell. She looking pissed, boy. Bill after bill after bill is just get paid to pay people. A lot of people living check to check. They living off credit cards. Yeah, that credit shit is crazy work right now. I know. That credit card shit. Motherfuckers is out here, you know, these guys, everybody's in debt. Everybody is, you know, a lot of people are in debt, man. Like, you know, really avoiding debt collector calls all goddamn day long. And then, you know, Esau, he gets to the point of that garnishment shit. That motherfucker, he'll get in your check. He will get into your check. That ain't no thing for Esau. Oh, that's spiritual right there. He got that lion on the back of his shit. He got lions, whoever this is, they got lions all on the back of their shit. Yeah, man, yeah, we need out of here. Okay, they had 329 over there. They had 317 right here. So it'd be, you know, the gas station wars right across the street from each other. Yeah, that diesel though, that diesel looking crazy. Yeah, this going back to them 9/11 prices, man. It's gonna go beyond that though. Them 9/11 prices is gonna be like a walk in the park, man. But anyway, yeah, man, I just wanted to just chop something up, you know, looking at some of these gas pumps, some of these gas stations, and Yeah, the shit done jumped about 50 cents to $1, man, damn near, you know, in the past 7 days. So just look for an uptick in that. You know, we just the watchmen. We keeping a watch on everything. And hey, man, it's a part of prophecy, man, because this you know, shit leading to famines, pestilence, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Because people, you know, when you start to trade off one thing for another just to you know, stay afloat, shit starts to unravel, man. Shit really starts to unravel. And so we'll see some real true effects of this thing, I think, in the next month, really. The next month is, I say, yeah, we're pretty much going to see about what these prices are really going to be like with this gas. Because I don't think it's, well, I'm pretty certain it's not going to go down. It's not going to go down. Okay, so I'm headed back towards like the hood area, so to speak. But this one right here was at 319. And the one directly across the street from it is at 284. So once you cross over this particular street, you're pretty much in the hood area. Like I said, when it comes to Jake, the Jake area, which we say, when we say Jake, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, Jake, it'd be expensive for Jake, but it's always a lower price than what Esau actually has to pay. I've noticed that. Because, you know, I mean, that's actually the Lord kind of showing Jake some mercy, you know what I'm saying, during Esau, when the Esau be on that bullshit. But I've noticed that every single time we've had these gas crises and stuff like that, things are cheaper on the hood side of things. Because it's really like, you know, how much can you scraping off Jake anyway? How much more can they already know? How much more can we really take from Jake? They really don't have it like that. So, but you know what I'm saying. But again, you know, that's still on a scale of, that's expensive to Jake, just like that's expensive to the so-called white man on his side. Right? And that just played this place. That shit said Canaan Activity Center. Canaan, yeah, man. Yeah, the Lord is doing the work, man. So, you know, hey, just stay alert. Keep your head on a swivel. I'll see what this gas station is, and I'll just end on out. Yeah, they had 309 too. 309, 299. But it depends on who it is too, you know. Mobile. And that's another thing too. You know, shit, you want to probably spend that extra little dime, 20 cent possibly, when you getting gas, because, you know, we, you know, dealing in the hood, we deal with a lot of, you know, Ishmaelites, you know what I'm saying, you know, wicked ass Ishmaelites. And they'll, you know, they'll give you that watered down shit, man, have your fucking car stall. So it's probably better to go to a reputable, you know, Mobile, Shell. You get to getting into these other little bullshit ass Ishmaelite gas stations. You know, they don't give a fuck. I think I bought some bad gas from one a week or so ago, and I stopped. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna stop at this motherfucker again. Okay, so we coming up on a Citgo. They pretty reputable, and they are at $2.99. So it's yeah, man. I give or take 50 cent, give or take 50, 60 cent for what has been going on in the past week. So give it another week, 2 weeks, another month. I think we'll really kind of see this shit might go up, man. Ain't no telling, probably another $2 damn, man. You just can't tell right now. So I'm gonna end out there. Pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yasha Allah and a bubble ball.